I had nothing to keep me company but my .45 and an itch to use it. The intel was solid, I felt sure of that, but it was also sketchy as hell. They would hit this weekend, and that was all I knew. This very weekend, the same robbery crew that hit the Civac reception last month would be dropping by unannounced. They thought unannounced. But the tip was solid. It came from Packy Paragon himself, the only mob guy in Manhattan worth trusting. Ex-mob now, but still tied in so tight he could hear a dawn pass wind. And he knew how bad I wanted the armed robbery crew who made the Civac score. They'd gotten more than just gems. What they had taken was far more valuable than any diamond. And they would die one by one until somebody spilled what he knew, and then he would spill too. But it wouldn't be information. This was my third day in the brownstone mansion on Central Park West. Just me and tens of thousands in antique furnishings, hundreds of thousands in artwork by museum-famous names, and a refrigerator stocked to the brim. But it was Sunday night now, and I was running low on blue ribbon. The client could keep his caviar. I'd spent weeks tracking the robbery crew, shaking the trees and the monkeys that fell out of them, paying for info, squeezing it out of some, and getting nowhere beyond the general news that some outfit, apparently unaffiliated with any of the half-dozen New York City crime families, was scooping up precious stones like kids on the beach shoveling sand for a castle. Nasty damn kids. They invaded homes, any time of day or night, usually when the owners were away, but not always, assaulting anybody who got in their way. They crashed fancy dues, and don't you just know they'd go around to the intimidated guests with open bags to stow jewelry and wallets in, shouting, slapping, waving guns like Old West stagecoach robbers. Then Packy, who I'd asked to sniff around for me, showed up at my office, 808 at the Hackard Building. He had something for me, but wasn't about to use a phone. The feds were still tapping his, even though he'd gone straight. And who could say what cop or crook might be listening in on Private Eye Mike Hammer's line? Looking typically sharp in a tailored sharkskin suit, his steel gray hair brushed back with no grease, Packy was a tall, slender, George Raft-style slick, about 50, who'd been the best of a bad bunch. We'd saved each other's lives a couple of times and become unlikely friends. "Don't ask me where I got this, Mike," Packy said in his radio announcer's voice, ignoring the client's chair, leaning in with a hand on the desk. He filled me in on everything he knew, which wasn't a little. "Wouldn't dream of it," I said. "But this seems to be a crew unconnected to any of the 6 families. Some new kingpin is putting together teams for jewel heists of society types and visiting celebs. Appears to be doing the same for institutional robberies, too, banks, jewelry stores, payroll hits. These are guys who go in heavy and come out flush. And this same crew made the Civac score." He straightened. "Can't swear to it, but that's the word." I nodded. "Thanks, Pac." "No trouble, Mike." Finally, he pulled up the chair, leaned in like a worried priest. Listen, you don't mind my saying, you need to look out for yourself better. I heard they scraped you off the floor of the hopscotch the other night." I shrugged a shoulder. Ever since the Civac mess, I got to drink my way into a good night's sleep. He wiggled a forefinger at me. "Well, you better start doing that at home. Keep snoring into the sawdust at this slop shoot or that one, and somebody who doesn't like you may catch up with you. Might take advantage of your current state of mind. They might not like it if I woke up, though." "Right. If you woke up." His handsome head tipped back. "You, gonna make it to my grand opening?" That this weekend or next?" "Friday next. Victoria's on the bill." I grinned at him, surprised I could still do that. Who else would be on opening night?